Thanks, John Corla. Minister, this question relates to the leaked documents that emerged over the summer about contact between the Defence Forces and the controversial Italian company Hacking Team, who are obviously a well-known surveillance software company used by governments to tap into phones and computers and so on. So I'm wondering what possible contracts did the Irish Defence Forces want to achieve from their dealings with Hacking Point? Who was involved in negotiations? What were they looking for, and how much were you going to spend?
Thank you, Minister.
Well, the core role of the Defence Forces is to contribute to the security of the state, as you know, Deputy. Military intelligence contribute assessments in respect of state security and safety and security of the Defence Force personnel deployed overseas on peace support operations, and liaise with An Garda Síochána as appropriate in relation to matters of common concern. In relation to cybersecurity, the primary focus of the Defence Forces is the protection of military networks. The Defence Forces are also assisting in the national response on cybersecurity, working with the leadership of the Department of Communications, Energy and Natural Resources. In order to deliver effectively on behalf of the state in this regard, the Defence Forces are required to develop and maintain the necessary capabilities. It's not appropriate for operational reasons or security reasons to divulge the detail of how these capabilities are developed and maintained, but I can confirm to the Deputy that no services were purchased by the Defence Forces from the company in question.
Yeah, I think the fact that nothing was purchased sort of misses the key point. Why would the Irish Defence Forces deal with a company that has a very spurious international reputation? This was a company that was named in 2012 by the Reporters Without Borders as one of the corporate enemies of the internet. They've been accused by Citizen Lab, a digital rights group, of human rights abuses, of using and transferring software that was used to repress minority and dissident groups as well as journalists and so on in Africa and in the Middle East. And some of their clients are from the European countries, the FBI, the US Drug Enforcement Agency, countries like Egypt, Ethiopia, Morocco, Nigeria, Saudi Arabia. These are the countries that this company deals with. Now, you're telling us it was to do with developing and maintaining operational capabilities, but you're not giving us any details. Why in God, no matter what you are buying, why you would go to a company like that is beyond me, and I really think you could tell us more.
Well, I'm sure I could tell you more, but there are some things I don't tell you in relation to intelligence. that is, I think anybody who understands how intelligence works would understand that. But can I say that we haven't done business with this company? So, despite what you're trying to portray here, we're not doing business with this company. This is a company that is doing business, by the way, all over the world with a whole load of European countries and a whole load of Western countries, as well as some of the other countries that you've referred to. Presumably they're out there in the market selling their services, selling their products and selling their technology. We've decided not to purchase from them. That was a decision by the Defence Forces. But the responsibility of the intelligence element of defence is to make sure that people like me and others who have to make decisions in relation to security questions are properly informed. And that's as much as I'm willing to say in terms of the broader responsibilities in relation to intelligence. On the company concerned, we're not doing business with them.
Thank you. Deputy Daly.
The point is that you were, Minister, and to sort of brush it off saying we decided not to purchase in the end. The correspondence which was leaked and which has not been disputed referred to multiple contacts with this company and a whole number of meetings. Now, I'd like to know who was at those meetings, at what level they were at, and if you can't give us specifically what they were looking to purchase, I think we are entitled to a little bit more detail than you've given us here now, because they are a company which internationally serious concerns have been raised by them. I mean, there was only 5 private sector companies where, if you like, warnings went out because of their conduct. This happened to be one of them, and I'd like to know at what level inside the Defence Forces somebody thought it was a good idea for us to do business with them. And I think we are entitled. I know you can't tell us everything. I'm not sure whether you know everything, but I mean, there is a contradiction between talking about transparency and so on and then seeking cover behind the old reliable national security. I think we are entitled to more, and the fact that you bought nothing is irrelevant.
Sorry, it's not irrelevant. You keep saying that we're doing business with this company. We're not. No, sorry. There's an obligation. There's an obligation on the Defence Forces to make sure that they are aware of all of the equipment that is out there, how it works, and to make sure that we have the best technology available to do a job that we need to do. And they have an obligation then to ensure that we have an appropriate intelligence infrastructure in Ireland to be able to give me and others the information that's needed to make informed decisions on sensitive and sometimes very confidential security matters. And I think most people understand that.
Question number 9 in the name of Deputy Crowe.